Okay, now we're going to take a look at multiplying polynomial times polynomial. Now, yes, we have seen that already with binomials being multiplied, like in this example A here. But we're going to apply the distributive property to any size polynomial. And so let's get started. Now, in example A, kind of just have an example of what we did in the last video, where we took each term in the first polynomial or binomial in this case, and we set it up to be distributed into this second polynomial. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Let's go to another step, and first we'll take x. We'll set that up as being distributed into 2x minus 5. Okay, now we'll take the plus 3. Go ahead and be careful to take the sign. We'll write that as being distributed into 2x minus 5 as well. Okay, there we go. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and carry out the distributions. Let's see what we get. So first we'll have 2x squared, and then we'll have minus 5x. Make that a 5. Okay. Now we'll distribute that 3 into the 2x minus 5, and here's what we get. Plus 6x and minus 15. Of course, you want to make sure you check to see if you can combine like terms. So let's go ahead and combine the like terms. 2x squared and 6 minus 5 is 1, so we'll have positive x minus 15. And that's our answer for A. Now for example B, we're just going to do the same thing. It's just a little bit longer. It's not going to be harder, just a little longer. And you don't want to skip steps. You want to be very careful and make sure you're writing everything out and keeping track. So now for example B, we're going to apply the same distributive property, and we're going to take each term from the first binomial, the first polynomial, and we'll distribute it into the entire second polynomial here, okay? So we're going to be very careful. We'll write it all out first, and then we'll distribute, just like in the last example. So let's take this A, write it as being distributed into a squared plus 10ab plus 6b squared. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to take this minus 2b, and we'll open parentheses and write in that second trinomial there, a squared plus 10ab plus 6b squared, close parentheses. So now we're going to carefully distribute each of those terms into that trinomial. See that? So for this first one, we'll have 1, 2, 3 things that I'll have in my result. So I'll have a times a squared, that's a cubed, right? And then a times 10ab plus 10, that's a squared, right? 2 a's, and then don't forget your b. And then finally we'll have 6, single a, and then b squared. Okay, so now we're going to work on that minus 2b being distributed here. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3 things that are going to be as a result of that one. So minus 2b, or negative 2b times a squared. So it's going to be negative 2, and we're going to put the variables in the alphabetical order. So we'll have that a squared, and we'll have b. So now negative 2b times 10ab. It's negative 2 times 10. It's going to be a minus 20. Okay, and then we have a and b squared, right? A, b squared. I'm going to fix my 20. Okay, and finally we have negative 2b times positive 6b squared. So we'll have a negative 12b cubed. Now let's find our like terms. Remember, we have to have the like variable and exponent ending. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the like ones in the same color. Okay. And then they have these a cube and b cube terms on the front and the back. So those do not have any like terms to combine with. So we'll just kind of take those down off the front and the back. Let's start with the a squared and a squared b's. So this first one is a plus 10 a squared b. So we have plus 10 and minus 2, right? So we'll have a plus 8 a squared b. Be very careful with that variable ending. Tack it on correctly with the correct exponent. So next we'll do the a b squared term. So we have plus 6 minus 20. So that'll be minus 14 a b squared. And we'll bring down the last guy, minus 12 b cubed. Okay, I cannot combine anymore. And see how I have two variables and I have the a's. I'm going to go ahead and call this standard form or descending order with respect to the a variable. So this checks out. All right. So just be very careful. Use the distributive property when you're multiplying any size polynomial times polynomial. You do want to keep it very organized and write out each step. Okay? And when you find a mistake, go back and correct it and ask questions if you cannot find your mistake. I'm here to help. Okay. Keep practicing. You're going to be great.